Hello, I'm Andrew Davis, and I'm the author of this, my first novel, a science fiction novel called Neuralnet's Children. And my novel in particular focuses on artificial intelligence. I wrote this with some students I taught many years ago, students who are members of the National Academy for Gifted and Talented Youth, and we ran some summer schools in Durham University. Anyway, I had them in mind when I wrote this novel. The themes we looked at with these students were the sorts of things that appeal to teenagers, but of course everybody in the end: identity, justice, rights. I'm quite proud of doing this. I've published as an ex-academic hundreds of things in academic books, papers, computer software, newspaper articles, you name it. But this is the first time I've done anything like this, and I feel prouder of this than anything else. By early afternoon, the light was already fading. Away from the teaching screens, the children could scarcely see each other's faces. "Come and sit down," called Mrs. Drinkwater. "Shared reading." Listlessly, the 11-year-olds drifted to their places. For a few moments, Simon pretended to join in, but he could not resist the lure of the information centre, its tiny red and green electronic indicators gleaming in the darkness. No one was looking at him. Their attention was fixed on the teacher and the displays, tongues moving in the customary rituals. He slid unobtrusively into the centre and donned a virtual reality helmet. The new classic jazz simulation was tempting. Yet he could easily play it from home, so he returned the helmet to its slot and reached instead for the ancient copy of Tom's Midnight Garden. His fingers slid over the crumbling board covers and stealthily peeled open the pages. After a few minutes, he surfaced. There was silence. Mrs. Drinkwater and the rest of the class were all staring. Mrs. Drinkwater rose to her feet and moved slowly towards him. The eyes of the children slid from her face to his. He flushed a deep red. "What exactly do you think you are doing, Simon Baxter?" Reading." "What should you be doing, Simon Baxter?" A shared reading with the class. "But please, Mrs. Drinkwater, I don't need..." "Come and sit with the rest at once. I decide what's needed." "But..." She made a threatening gesture. Hastily, Simon replaced the book. With a terrible sinking feeling, he remembered that he had left a tiny silicon wafer inside it to keep his place. He must recover that wafer without delay. In the back row, there was a space between Karen and Debbie. He took one faltering step. "Oh no, Simon, I don't think so. At the front, please." Quietly, the children made it as difficult as possible for Simon to move. Mrs. Drinkwater watched his progress with an air of forced patience. Carl dug his nails into Simon's ankle as he passed. "Now, listen, everyone. Let's hear how our clever little boy deals with the next sheet." But Simon could not read some of the words aloud. While updating his filing system at lunchtime, he had temporarily downloaded that reading skill into the missing silicon wafer. Encouraged by Mrs. Drinkwater's smirk, the children laughed hysterically. He burned with shame.